Welcome everyone to our first week of our Ninja webinar. We are here, we're preparing to be ninjas. I've been working all week, working on that mindset of every choice I make, I think, is this what a ninja would do? So hopefully you guys are kind of doing the same thing. This week we're gonna talk about body balance. So we're gonna talk about those physical aspects of health today as a health ninja. I have my awesome co-host on with me, Amber Smithson. She's actually my health coach. So Amber, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you.
Thanks, Liz. Thanks for having me on. I'm loving the health ninja stuff, and you know what I'm loving the most is seeing everyone's comments in all the groups. So each of you is in a client support group, but I'm in all of them since I took charge of posting, and so my Facebook and my phone is like blowing up all day long, and I love it. It's like getting a motivation shot all day long. Seriously, it's the best thing ever. But here's my picture below, and this is not at my heaviest. This one, my before and after down there, I'm showing my muscles there, was after a surgery. And I lost 35 pounds about 14 years ago. But the coolest part for me wasn't the weight loss. The coolest part for me was the health that I gained. And I dropped my cholesterol over 60 points. My blood sugars used to be in pre-diabetic ranges, and now they're steady and even. And the energy that I gained after I got healthy, it just made the biggest difference in the kind of mom that I was, in getting the stuff done that I wanted to get done. But I like to point out that just because we're health coaches or just because we're health ninjas doesn't make us perfect. And sometimes maybe you have a surgery or you have a baby or you have a life that something comes up. And that's what happened to me a few years ago. And I put on some weight. And it's one of those things where you go, okay, you have a decision to make. Do I just give up and say, oh, here's some evidence that says that I stink at this health stuff and I might as well give up and I might as well go back to all my unhealthy habits? Or do you use that as a time to say, now it's time to practice what I've learned, get back on track before I gain all my weight back? Luckily, I'd only gained about 12 pounds and really just get focused again. And that's what I decided to do. And I dropped that 12 pounds in about a month. Our program is just so dang amazing, Liz. Seriously, no matter what happens, you have a tool that can help you to get back on track in such a little amount of time. So that's just a little bit about my story, that we're just always on the road. We're always working on it. But it's fun. I don't feel like, oh, I'm always working on it. I feel like, yeah, let's work on it. What's the next thing I can do?
I so agree. That's what I love about being a health coach is we're not perfect, and it's about progress, not perfection. And we're never going to go back to our old habits when we're helping other people move forward. And so that's what I love about this community of support. So thanks for sharing that. Let's talk about where we are as Americans with our health status.
Yeah, so it's interesting that the stats are that 2 out of every 3 adults in America are overweight. And half of those are in the obese category. But the thing that you see the most is how is that impacting society? So $450 billion annually. So every year, $450 billion is estimated in healthcare costs because of obesity-related diseases. And if you look at how it's trickling down, I always say that health is contagious. So are bad habits. Either good habits or bad habits can both be contagious. So 1 out of every 5 children in our country, ages 2 to 19, are dealing with obesity and those hardships that come along with it. And 30 million diabetic Americans. And so it's interesting to think about it, that how this is impacting our country as a whole.
Isn't that crazy to think that 1 in 5 kids are obese, not just overweight, but obese? And that's what I love about our mission about getting America healthy is we can leave a legacy. We can turn these statistics around. Imagine if every American was trying to be a health ninja. Imagine how wonderful that would be. I love that. And it's kind of scary to think that most people either know someone directly in their family or a close friend that has diabetes. And so diabetes really is an epidemic in America, and that's something that we are on a mission to change. I'll just share my quick story. I love this program. I've had 6 kids. I always gained a lot of weight with each pregnancy, no matter what I did. That was a real struggle. As a busy mom, I was really feeling stuck with my health in really all aspects of my life. And so I'm so thankful for you, Amber, for sharing the Optavia program with me, not only to get that baby weight off and to feel like myself again, but to be able to have something to teach my kids and to have this amazing community of support that will keep me on the road to health and to keep me feeling like I'm progressing in my life and be able to pass this knowledge that I'm learning onto these kids that I'm raising. And it makes life so much more fun when you feel great and you're able to impact other people's lives. So just a shout out to you for sharing that with us. And we're ever so grateful for you. And we love this program. So today we want to talk about how to get on the path of health, whether you are a client right now on our Optavia program, which basically is a healthy habit lifestyle program. But even if you're not a client, we want to help you get on the path to health right now, wherever you are with your life. And so to do that, you got to think about where you are right now. So think about maybe your habits, things that you're struggling with, and what you want to change the very most. And so a few of these top priorities in changing your health are things that we're going to talk about today. So these are going to be how to balance your blood sugar by fueling your body in the right way. So we're going to talk about nutrition today. We're going to talk about hydration. A lot of people don't realize the importance of drinking water and healthy hydration. And one thing that most Americans don't know is the importance of gut health. This is one of my passions, is learning about how the body works and inflammation and how it all starts in the gut. So we're going to cover that. And we're also going to talk about how important being active is. Even if you're not going to the gym and getting a traditional workout in, how we can be more active in our everyday life. So I want you to think about where you are right now and write down maybe 3 things that you want to change about your health, things that you want to improve on with your health. And if you haven't already talked to the person, the coach that invited you to Health Ninja, whether it be your coach or a friend that invited you, I want you to pick up the phone tomorrow, hopefully, or tonight, and tell them those 3 things that you want to work on and start getting on the right path to making those changes. So we're going to cover these 4 areas tonight to get you started. So Amber, do you want to talk about why it's important as far as what times we eat during the day?
Yeah, I would love to. And a lot of you, if you've been participating in the first 6 days of Health Ninja, you may have watched my quick video on this, but I'll tell you what, sometimes it's more important to be reminded than to be instructed with new information. So this is really important. So fueling your body, a lot of times people go, well, if I just eat less and exercise more, then I could probably lose weight or get healthier somehow. But there is a huge piece missing that most people do. You may have done a program in the past where you counted points or you counted calories and you're still struggling to lose weight. Well, that is probably because your timing matters. So here's what happened. There was a study done by David Jenkins at the University of Toronto, and he took 2 groups of people. And so you'll see this little chart below that this is like kind of like a average American. They like get up and maybe drink some orange juice. They think they're doing so well because they're getting their fruit in, right? And it's a huge insulin spike. It's full of sugar, barely any fiber. You don't get that good stuff of a real orange. And then they get this crash a few hours later and they go, boy, I need some food. I better have a bagel, and then spike, and then crash. I better have that soda, spike. So what we want to do is have our blood sugar steady and even all day. So this study showed that timing matters. David Jenkins took 2 different groups of people and he fed them the same number of calories and the same exact foods. Here's your chicken, here's your salad. Everybody ate the same things. But the first group ate it in 3 meals a day, which is more of a traditional American diet. And the next group ate it in 6 smaller meals, so the same foods. And you know what happened? We go to the next slide, Liz.
Yeah, let's see. Why isn't this working? There we go.
There you go. So I'll tell you what happened. The group that ate the food, the same calories, mind you, that ate it in 6 small meals, they lost more weight. They were less hungry. They reduced their cholesterol by 15% over the group that ate it in 3 bigger meals. And they reduced their blood insulin by 28% over the group that ate it in 3 bigger meals. So this is just crazy to me. If you learn nothing else the entire month in Health Ninja, I'm telling you, this is one of the most important things. Take your food you're eating now and break it up into 6 small meals a day, and you're going to immediately be seeing better results.
That's awesome. I wish that we could do a poll, but maybe by a raise of hands, how many people have heard that it's healthiest to eat 6 smaller meals per day?
How about in the chat, Liz?
Oh yeah. So if you've heard this before, type yes in the chat. And then also, if you have done this, if you do this currently, type yes, or if you don't, type no. So let's just see kind of if you've heard that this is healthiest and if you currently do this. So we know that if you are on the Optavia program right now, you're doing this. This is kind of the first step that we master as health ninjas, is eating 6 small balanced meals per day. And I know that before I started the program, I probably ate 6 times a day, but it definitely wasn't balanced. It was a handful of chocolate chips, a cookie, you know, whatever was going to keep me going. And so I love learning the right things to eat. And so we're going to talk about what we can be eating. Actually, let's check out the chat real quick. Amber, do you want to look at that chat?
Yeah.
Tell us what those results are.
A lot of people are saying yes. Some are saying, you know, I've been trying, but I don't know how well I'm executing it. So maybe you can give some ideas to that effect, Liz.
Okay, let's do it. So this is one thing about our program, is from day one, we get you started by eating 6 small balanced meals per day. So if you're doing our Optavia program, we keep that really simple. If you're not doing it yet, talk to who invited you, and they can tell you how to make it really simple. But this is something that you can start practicing right now. So this is 2 lists. One is a protein list and one is a healthy carb list. And every 3 hours, you want to make sure that you pair these together. And this is going to help balance your blood sugar, because protein helps to bring your blood sugar down. Carbs, of course, spike it. And so if you eat them together, it helps to balance it out. And so this is kind of like elementary school when you had to draw a line to the answer, but there's no wrong answer. So you just pick one thing from the protein list, one thing from the carb list, and every 3 hours you pair that together, and for a healthy snack. And so definitely the Optavia Fuelings are probably the very best example of a very balanced snack. It's perfectly carb protein balanced, has all of your vitamin, nutrients, and even probiotics in them. And so to make this simple, think about 6 carbs that you want to eat that day and 6 proteins, and just eat it together. So it might be Greek yogurt and berries, or cheese and some veggies. You know, so you just, every 3 hours you have a carb and a protein. And getting into the habit of this is really going to be the secret of getting your metabolism running better, getting your body burning fat more effectively, and keeping those hunger and cravings at bay. I think I noticed a huge difference even from week 1 of doing this. And this is one thing that I really work on with my kids. So if you have kids at home, this is a great way to get into the practice of that. Kids eat 6 times a day. They eat 3 meals, they eat 3 snacks from when they're a baby. And so every time they eat, usually they want a carb, you know, crackers, chips, whatever kids eat. You know, hopefully you're giving them healthy things, fruit, things like that. So they'll have their carb, and then ask them what protein they want to have with that, and teach them what proteins are. So eggs, a string cheese, a Greek yogurt, some cottage cheese, things like that. And maybe even put that on your fridge and let them get familiar with this. So the more that you practice this, the more it will become a habit of a health ninja. And so this is one of our biggest secrets of our program, of how our clients are successful.
And it's so true.
What was that?
Oh, sorry, Liz. I was going to say, it's so true that this is another testament to the fact that it's not just about calories in, calories out. That if you ate all of your carbs, you know, together at one meal, and all your protein later on in the day, it's not going to balance your blood sugar as well as combining them.
exactly. And what you eat matters. So let's talk about this word glycemic index. This really affects your blood sugar. Amber, do you want to cover this, what glycemic index is?
Absolutely. So there's an index that's the glycemic index, and it's from 0 to 100, where 100 is just pure glycogen. And I always joke, it's like when you were a kid, did you ever scoop the sugar and just like eat it out of the bucket? Because I used to do that. I was weird. But that would spike your blood sugar just as much as possible, right? So every food that you eat has a certain amount that it's going to spike your blood sugar. And the higher the number, the more the insulin spike in response to what you ate. So for example, if you look at these charts here, on the fruits, the red category is a higher glycemic index. So pineapple and mangoes are going to spike your blood sugar more than, say, blackberries and raspberries. And I always point out that doesn't mean that pineapples and mangoes are bad for you. It just means that you should probably be more conscious of pairing those with a protein, or what fruits are you eating more often, or what vegetables are you eating on a regular basis. So one that I love to point out is carrots. So if you look down on that left chart, a raw carrot is in the green section. It's about a 30 out of 100. That's low. That's a low insulin spike. But if you look at a cooked carrot, that's 80 out of 100. You guys, that's crazy. So not only should you pay attention to what foods that you are choosing, but also when you process a food. So cooking a food, blending a food, well, is a process. So that, you know how they say stay away from processed foods? Well, a process is just anything that changes the molecular structure of a food. So cooking a carrot will make the sugars go into your bloodstream quicker. So just a few things. And these charts are found in chapter 9 of the Habits of Health book that we use in the Optavia program.
Yes, and if you don't have that book yet, again, it's called Dr. A's Habits of Health. You can talk to the person that invited you about that. It goes over everything that we're going to be learning in Health Ninja. It touches on every healthy habit of a Health Ninja. And so glycemic index is not just for diabetics. It is really the secret to a healthy lifestyle. So I'm glad that we covered that. And so just remember, green means go. Any of these things that are in green, you want to eat more often. Red, not very much, and yellow with caution. So great. All right. We're going to talk about water now. Let's get some participation here. I would like everyone to comment how much water they drank today in the comments while we're talking about water. Water is probably one of the best ways to start on your healthy lifestyle. That's something that everyone can work on no matter what your health goals are. And so this is a great topic for tonight. Hydration. Our body is mostly made up of water. And a lot of times we go through the day and realize we did not fuel our body with the water we need. And so how much water does a health ninja need? A health ninja needs half of their body weight in ounces of water per day, up to 100 ounces. So for example, a 200-pound person needs 100 ounces of water a day just to function. That's what their body uses. And so even if you don't weigh 200 pounds, I still shoot for 100 ounces of water because I always feel better when I drink water. And so between 80 to 100 ounces of water is awesome for a health ninja. So if you're not there yet, that would be a great goal to work on this week and forever. So let's talk about the benefits of water. So water really helps with your skin. So as you lose weight, it's going to help tighten your skin. You're going to have maintain your muscle better because muscle needs water. Also helps with constipation. And also it helps to balance out your hormones. So and it also increases your liver function. And just so you know, all of your organs, this water runs through your organs. And if you're not getting water, it's just recycling dirty water through your body. So people that live off of diet soda only, imagine, what your organs are running off of. So really try to get that clean water in. Also, I noticed that water really helps with hunger and cravings. So it decreases your appetite and it helps you to not retain water. If you're drinking a lot of water, your body feel safe enough to flush out the water. It doesn't have to store it. And then also, you're going to lose weight better if you're drinking a lot of water. So a few things that I like to remember about water is also it helps with lowering your inflammation, helps with gut health. So if you're just on the path to drinking more water and getting better at this skill, let's talk about a few tricks of drinking water. I'll share a few, and Amber, think of a few that help you. But for me, I love to drink 32 ounces right when I wake up. I fill up a 32-ounce quart jar. I chug that right when I wake up, and I do that again in the afternoon and again while I'm making dinner. That way I'm not so hungry and picking at everything. That's how I get my 100 ounces of water. Also, I'll fill up like a mug like this and sip on this while I'm working. So that really helps. Taking your water with you wherever you go, just making sure that you always have your water bottle. That's important. And let's say that you are a soda drinker. Using water as kind of to break that soda habit up a little bit, I always encourage my clients to drink at least 32 ounces in between having a diet soda, just because that way they're going to get more water in and they're going to drink less soda. So that's kind of a trick if you're just trying to get off of the soda pop, trying to fit in a little bit more water in between. Amber, do you have any other tips for water drinkers?
I love that, Liz. Those tips are so good. And we did have one question from Kim in the chat, and she said, I'm going to the bathroom all the time. Will my body get used to drinking so much, so I'll go less? And so this is one of the secrets, because Liz talked about how it decreases fluid retention, but not right away. So a lot of times you have this fluid retention in your body, and then you're drinking more water, and your body's kind of going, okay, what am I doing? Am I retaining the fluid, or am I going to trust that you're going to drink the fluid? So there's really about a 2 to 3 week window where your body has to start trusting you that you're actually going to drink the water and it does not have to retain it anymore. And during that period, that is when you really see those effects of having to run to the bathroom so often. But if you can really push through that middle range time and stick to your water drinking 100 ounces a day for that full 3 weeks, a lot of times your bladder will start to adjust at that point. But most people give up because they go, well, I can't be running to the bathroom like every half an hour. But it is normal to, be going to the bathroom. I mean, I'm back to normal what I did before I drank lots of water. So hopefully that helps, Liz.
Yeah, that's really helpful. And I do get a lot of questions like that from teachers, people like that can't be running to the bathroom all the time, nurses. And that's why I love to chug that 32 ounces first thing in the morning, because then about an hour later, most of it has already run through me. And then one habit that I have is whenever I come home, after running errands or wherever I was, I go to the sink and fill up the water and just chug a big glass of water. So it's kind of those habits that you get into. And that's why I like to drink it while I make dinner, because I know that I'm going to be home for a little while. And it really helps with the hunger and cravings too. So maybe just figuring out a schedule that works best for you when you know you're going to be closer to a bathroom, especially during those first few weeks of increasing the water intake. So that was really helpful, Amber. Thank you for explaining that. All right, Amber, tell us why gut health matters.
So gut health is one of those things that in our country right now, a lot of people are not paying attention to their gut health. And the truth of the matter is that 75% of our immune system resides in our gut. And that's kind of scary that we are not paying attention to this area of our body where a big portion of our immune system is. And so it's so important to make sure that your body is getting those probiotics. And the probiotics can be found in fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, and sauerkraut. And so a lot of times people go, well, I have a yogurt here and there, I'm probably doing fine. But the truth is that as you age, your body will have less of those good bacteria in your gut because they start dying off, especially after the age of 40. And so it's so important to be replenishing these good bacteria. And the awesome thing about our Optavia program is that our fuelings contain gonadin BC30, which is a probiotic culture. And it's this culture, it actually survives in your gut 10 times more effectively than probiotics found in yogurt. And so I'm a big believer in yogurt as well. I eat a lot of, especially Greek yogurt, but it's so important to be paying special attention to our gut health, because that's going to be really one of the biggest factors for your overall health long term.
Great. That's one thing I love about the Optavia Fuelings also is you know that you're getting those probiotics throughout the day. Every 3 hours, you're getting that in your system. And I've noticed a big difference since I've started eating those, just how I've had less bloating, less discomfort, and also my immune system. I really don't get sick very often. But for those of you that do get sick a lot, you know, we're coming into the fall winter season. When you take an antibiotic, that kills your good bacteria also. And so making sure that you're taking a probiotic to rebuild that healthy gut bacteria, that's really important. So if you're doing the Optavia Fuelings, we got you covered right there. You have the probiotics right there. But if you're not taking a probiotic, that would be definitely something a health ninja should do, is take a probiotic. So thank you, Amber. All right, so let's talk about how we can get moving. A health ninja is active, right? We don't sit around and watch TV all day. We like to be on the move. Hopefully you have a busy lifestyle that keeps you moving anyways. And one thing that I love about our program, and as a health ninja, we don't always have to go to the gym and spend hours at the gym. Who has time for that, really? But we found that even 30 minutes a day of doing something active about 3 to 5 times a week is plenty. You don't have to be at the gym for hours unless you love it. But if you don't have time for that, just try to sneak in exercise wherever you can during the day. So things like that would be, we call it NEAT exercise. That's non-exercise activity thermogenic. Is that right? And that just means that you're moving your body more often. It might be that you stand up while you're talking on the phone, or you park farther away from the store, or you always take the stairs. Or today I went to the grocery store and I usually try to do 20 bags at one time up the stairs, but not doing that, taking more trips back and forth to the car, or using a hand can opener instead of the electric one, or the beater. Whatever gets your body moving, that's burning calories. And so looking for ways to be more active, that is what a health ninja would do. Looking for excuses to walk more and move more. So I love these things. If you have a desk job and you're sitting at your desk all day, look for excuses to move more. So go to the drinking fountain farther away, or the bathroom farther away. Instead of going to the lunchroom or out to lunch and just sitting for your lunch break, maybe just bring something like a healthy snack that you can eat and go for a walk for half an hour. So just looking for ways to move more. Calf raises when you're standing in line at the store or brushing your teeth. And then get your kids involved. Turn on some tunes, dance with them, be an example of health and of exercise to your kids, because this is a legacy. As Health Ninja, we are not just changing our lives, we want to change the lives of people around us. So we want to get our kids active and leave a legacy for our kids and for other Americans, really. Amber, tell us what your favorite exercise is. I know that you're very active.
You know, I love sports. I love anything with a ball, volleyball, basketball, tennis, racquetball, whatever it is. So I try to schedule those in to my week because I'm busy. I run a business. I have 3 kids, a husband, a church, stuff. So if you don't plan it into your week, then it doesn't happen. So I love to plan in volleyball with friends. I love to just take a walk around my neighborhood. I love to just, instead of yelling at my kids to go do stuff, I'll go deliver their laundry here and there, running around the house. And I actually hate the gym. And so people go, "Oh, what? You're a health coach. Aren't you a personal trainer?" No, I just stay moving. And that's the biggest thing for me.
Awesome. And that's really important, is find something that you love to do, because that's something that you will continue to do forever. Even, walking is a great exercise. It's something that you can do as you age, but really finding something that relaxes you and brings you joy. And trying to sneak in some resistant training, whether weight bearing exercise, lifting weights, or, you could carry cans while you walk, but that's going to build your muscles. And get you stronger bones. So we want to be building muscles as we go too. So think of things that you enjoy. and stick with those things, and maybe try some new things, you know, as you get more adventurous. And I'm loving looking at the chats here. Everyone's talking about what they like to do. And like Amber said, like just getting your steps. And I wear a pedometer. I try to get at least 10,000 steps a day. But start where, I mean, if you are only getting 2,000 steps, you know, just slowly increase it. Don't think you have to jump to 10 overnight, but just, it's about progress. And so I'm loving all of this feedback that you're giving. We have a lot of health ninjas already. Health ninjas in training. This is fun to do together. We have a fun surprise tonight for our health ninjas. Amber, tell us about that.
Okay, so we're going to choose a winner of the live participants that are on now. I actually, while Liz was talking before, I did a random number generator and chose a winner from the participants on. And it looks like our winner is Cassidy Mortensen. Cassidy, are you there? I'll unmute you. Can you talk?
Oh, yeah. Can you see me?
Well, I can't. Oh, now I can.
I got to see if let me flip it so you're not staring at my TV.
I love it. There you are.
Oh, but awesome.
Cassidy, you won. So you won a $25 Amazon gift card. So we'll get that to you right afterwards, okay?
Awesome. I've been in Zoom for a while, so I'm glad I got on.
I thought you got on too.
It pays to get on live, right?
Yeah. Good job.
I'll get that. Yep, congratulations. And also our other winners, just to give a shout out, our other winners that we've had so far are Heather Davis, Celso Avalos, and Mike Hardy. And one was chosen from the people who watched the playback last week. So make sure if you're watching the playback right now, you have not lost your chance of winning. Go ahead and comment below the YouTube in the YouTube comments for that. And then also, we've been choosing winners just from comments in the client support groups. So make sure each day on the daily post you comment. And then also tomorrow there's going to be an opportunity to post on your Facebook wall with some hashtags about drinking your water and a cute video from Liz, our host tonight. And then we'll choose a winner from those as well.
Awesome. We are so excited for all of you and the progress that you're making. And I just want to leave you with a challenge. So we're already a few days into this Health Ninja training. And so hopefully you've already learned some new things to help you on your journey. But over the things that we talked about on this webinar, I want you to think of a couple things that you feel like you can improve on. And make a goal of improving on those things, because that's what a Health Ninja does. They set goals and they work on them. They're always working on improving. And as you go throughout your day, think before you make a choice related to health. Think to yourself, would a Health Ninja do this? And I've really been thinking that about everything that I'm doing related to food and health. Would a Health Ninja do this? And I'm really excited, you know, when I make those good choices. So celebrate those things that you're doing and continue to be working on these things that we're learning and participating. We love this participation. So thanks for jumping on, everyone. Have a good night and continue to comment and, you know, work on these goals that you have. We're doing this together.
Thanks, Liz. Awesome job tonight. We'll see everybody next week, same time, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific.